Sylvia Michetti. It's lovely to have you here on Luminosity TV. Welcome to the month of May. May is one of those very important months for us as a humanity. Whether some of us recognize it or not, it's a month that's crucial for the renewal of power. Power that streams forth into our world to sustain you and I, and to give us the strength to keep moving and keep going. When I sat down ready to have this conversation today, I looked at the flowers behind me and I marveled because I saw love. I felt love. And in this moment, I wanted to share that love with you because every day of our lives, we are surrounded by so much love, which we tend to take for granted. And so in the next few weeks, I wanted to focus on self-love and the choices that we are making for ourselves. Because it's very easy to take ourselves for granted, especially in the area of our health and caring for our body. Our body that is a generous gift in itself. If I ask you this minute, do you love yourself? You'll say to me, of course I do. What do you mean? What kind of silly question is that? And if I go further and ask you, what are the ways that you are showing that you love yourself? Could caring for your body be a part of it? Could what you read, watch, or think be a part of it? Could what you eat and drink be a part of it? So over the coming weeks, I wanted to explore the foods that we eat and how it makes us who we are, and how science and medicine has affected our idea of food. And also to take you on my personal journey by sharing some of my experiences, which has influenced the way I feel about food, which has influenced my relationship with food. I've often said that we are spiritual beings first and foremost. Yes, that's the core of who we are. But our body is part of nature. So essentially, you're a spiritual being with a natural body. And long before this body of yours was formed, and long before any of us set foot on this planet, nature had graciously provided for us everything that we were going to need in terms of food to nourish our bodies. We were allowed to learn, to adapt, to explore, and maybe even to a certain degree, we were inspired to be able to modify and improve what we were given to suit our environment as we matured. But at no point were we to turn away from nature where our body belongs, to replace it with our own man-made inferiors that we now call food. The moment you stop feeding a monkey bananas and you now decide to feed it a bar of chocolate every day, it's only a matter of time before it loses all that which made it a monkey in the first place. It's the same with us. Because our body is part of nature, just like every living plant, every tree, and every animal, the more you feed your body with what nature did not provide, the more you become that chocolate-eating monkey in the most unnatural way. It's no wonder we are a generation of sick and diseased human beings. We have neglected the gift of nature, and we've concentrated on our own ideas of what food ought to be. When we then get a wake-up call like we did recently with the pandemic, we then realize, we have a health crisis on our hands, which we caused by ourselves. Did you notice how we all started paying a little bit more attention to our health recently and trying to eat the right foods? Did you notice the turmeric, the ginger, the garlic, and the onions disappear off of our shelves in our supermarkets? Everyone was making teas and steaming every hour. But this was done only out of fear, out of the fear of a virus. But not because we've been caring for our bodies all along, not because we believe in it or because we knew that this would work, but it was only because some of us could not get to our doctors. Otherwise, now that things seem a little calmer, how many of us are still steaming and taking all those herbs? So once again, we've abandoned those simple natural ways as soon as an artificial solution has been provided for us. Your body is simply a beautiful garment you've been borrowed to party around in whilst you're on earth. You must see it as a dress, as a suit that needs to be washed, dry cleaned, and ironed. Otherwise, it will not sustain you. You cannot walk around in it for too long if it's stained, rumpled, dirty, or torn. You will have to discard it very quickly because it's not doing the job of covering you up. This is eventually what happens to the spirit once the body is no longer fit for purpose. So in the last 90 days, I reflected on this and I decided to embark on a journey of being what I call a conscious eater, in the sense that every meal throughout my day had to have at least 75% of what nature had provided and only about 25% of what was man-made foods. But what amazed me was the subtle transformation, how I felt physically and mentally. I felt lighter, happier, stronger, and even more energetic. I felt like nothing could affect me negatively, and I felt better connected to myself. And it wasn't long before I realized that that 25% of man-made foods was no food at all, and that in fact, I was only eating it to appeal to my taste buds and not providing any nourishment for my body. This was my aha moment, my wake-up call. Our relationship with food can literally transform our bodies and our minds. It can inspire us and open us up to connecting with our higher self. Or it can weigh us down and shut down that passage of connection to our true self. Many people fast over a short period of time by abstaining from certain foods and drinks. But fasting is not only about abstaining. It also means to hold fast, to be silent, to be firm, to not be easily swayed, to be grounded and steadfast, so that you can find clarity. Yes, food that we take for granted every single day can do this for us. As you know, Christians fast just before Easter, and the Muslims are fasting at the moment. But it's not only depriving yourself of food, but using the opportunity to choose the foods that would help you to better connect with your spirit and your purpose. A healthy body means you don't actually feel yourself dragging your body around. You feel light, almost translucent, not weighing the spirit down. You swing and sway in your strides, and you have movement, just like those trees when the wind blows. It's important to know that food is vital, not only for our mental, physical, and nutritional well-being, but also for our spiritual well-being. So when you make your food choices, consider this. What is the purpose of food? What is my intention when I eat? Do I appreciate the gift of this garment that I've been blessed with? Am I making the right choices to care for this garment? Do I truly love myself in those choices that I make? So in this beautiful month of May you learn to love yourself anew, to come back to who you are, so that you can begin to make better choices for yourself. And whatever you choose to eat, that you always remember first and foremost that He, the Eternal One, has provided all of this for the nourishment of your body through nature. Try and use it before you lose it. If your spirit is going to experience this beautiful world, it's going to need a healthy, vibrant body that it can work with. And the more you care for that gift, the more your spirit will feel connected and be able to work harmoniously. But the more you damage it and give it that which is unnatural, the quicker the spirit will exit from it because, well, it no longer finds a solid connection. So stop teasing your palates and appeasing your taste buds. Stop feeding your body as a complement to your spirit so that both of you, your body and your spirit, can experience joyfully. So join me next week because I'm not done with this food conversation. But until then, remember, you are what you eat. At least that's what they say. But there's nothing more healing than love and compassion for yourself. So when it comes to food, don't be fast, don't be cheap, don't be easy, and don't be fake. Be natural. Bye for now.